Hello there. This is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Don't let others dictate your preferences in women. This podcast is sponsored by X-Wolf Testosterone Builder. Gentlemen, are you struggling in the body, sex, or mental game? Need to keep pace with multiple women? There is an answer for you. X Labs presents a proven line of products to help in those areas. Our X-Wolf Testosterone Booster aids in intense workouts in the gym and in the bedroom. Increased blood flow and a heightened libido are just a few of the many benefits. X-Wolf contains all natural ingredients that have been used in Eastern medicine for centuries. All products come with a 30-day free trial and free standard shipping. Click the link below in the description box to find out more. Quantities are limited. Make a select choice, unleash your inner wolf, and lead the pack today. Yeah. Notice I said your preferences. Because you know what I've seen? I've seen this, and I've seen this with young guys. I've seen this with older guys. It's a tendency to follow what other guys think. Like a dude ain't trying to get like the best woman for him. He trying to get somebody that impresses his buddies, impresses his friends and stuff, right? And that may be good for the ego, but the woman might not be good for it. There's been plenty of men throughout world history that got somebody, and she might be attractive, or she might either be attractive or and everybody's like, oh yeah, you should get her. And that's understandable. But sometimes she might be, they might try to dictate to you, like look at you and say, well, you should deal with this type of woman, or this the woman you should deal with. Look, ultimately, you deal with who you going to deal with. If the woman's showing some interest and it's the type of woman you like, that's who you deal with. Very simple. Very simple. You don't let others try to tell you, well, you should be with this, you should be with that. I'm like, shoot, look them dead in the eye and say, shoot, I'm the one that got to have sex with this woman. I'm the one that got to deal with her. And I like what the fuck I like. What problem you got with it? Because seriously, because I had that a few times. Like, I remember one time in college, I was, some dude was trying to tell me, well, this the type of woman you should be with, right? This the type of woman you should be with. I'm like, well, shit, well, that type of woman don't seem to like me. This the type of woman who actually likes me. And it was a more attractive type of woman. Or whatever the case. You might be one of those dudes who like, because you know how I'll be talking about loafer. For fellas who followed me a long time, there's lovers of fat asses. But I remember then guys were telling me, it was like, well, Rom, that's cool, but we like women with the big breastises. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll trade off. We'll trade off because I respected it. Or then some guys might, well, I like them slim. I like them this or that. Like, don't let anybody try to tell you what you should like. Or don't even sometimes let women tell you what you should like. I remember I dealt with this one woman, right? May she rest in peace because she's, I found out through common acquaintances that she passed away, right? But there was some issues there. And I remember she was talking trash about me on this one website, right? And then some other people came in and I said something because I ain't gonna lie, I treated her wrong, I ain't gonna lie. But then, I said something and I said, that was on me. But some women came on there, yeah, you should want her, she do this and that. I was like, no, that was a problem, I ain't really want her. I should have just said, nah, that's not my preference. Like, don't let anybody, like, a man, a woman, your relatives tell you what you should want. And that's regardless. That's regardless. Because you know what? I always talk about the tribe, right? You know what you like. You know what turns you on. Because I know me. Like I said, I got two types of women who generally like me. Voluptuous women with big old butt dunks. And then slimmer women with pretty faces. I know somebody thinking, damn, Ron, that's awfully convenient. Yeah, it is, ain't it? That's just how it is, and I just stick with that. Because I remember I was feeling one woman, and she was on the thicker side, but she was shapely, though. She was interesting. Because if you just saw her If you just saw her out or something, you would think she was overweight. But if you saw her butt naked, she was totally smooth, like her stomach was ironing board flat. She was just voluptuous, and I was feeling her. But some dude was trying to say, "Oh, why would you mess with her? Why'd you mess with her?" And I'm looking at him. You ain't seen her naked. It was like an upside down heart. It's like, shoot, flat old stomach. Because I deal with, now personally, like I said, I deal with a voluptuous woman. Get along with them just fine. And, and then found out later I could deal with slimmer ones who were just real pretty in the face. All right. But then, you always get somebody say, well, you should get this, or you could do better, or you could do, yeah, she wouldn't want you, or something like that. I'm like, dude, don't let anybody tell you. Because seriously, look them dead in the eye and say, well, you ain't the one in the bedroom, and why you worry about where I stick my dick? Seriously, stop dick watching. Seriously. See, watch out. I'm going to tell you something with people in general. They trying to tell you what you should do. You should be proud of it. Hey, if you like a woman and she 300 pounds, 300 pounds, she get in your car and, it kind of leans down on the side and you good with that? Because I knew a dude who was like that. I knew a dude who was like that. He was proud of it. He go walk in public with her. And I ain't saying anything. I was like, shoot. As long as he happy, she happy. They both had smiles on their face. I was like, all right. Seriously. Because I'm going to tell you what. Now I know this started off talking about women, but, I'm big on talking about being a sovereign man. And I've always talked about that. I've been talking about that for years. A man having some control over his life. That means you also have control over your choices. You don't let anybody, you don't let your boys, your friends, your parents try to dictate to you. Because I know about that. I know, you get some elders and they say, well, you should get that woman. She'd be very good for you. Be trying to set you up and stuff. Like, nah, that's not a person who's good for me. I remember my grandmother. She tried to tell me I should like this particular woman that, we both knew who was in our bigger circle, right? I was like, Grandma, she ain't really feeling me. I ain't feeling her to that extent, So, seriously, you gotta look at all of that. You gotta stick close to your own choices. You don't have to please everybody else. You just have to be happy. Cause I seen a lot of dudes get caught up with some woman because they following what somebody else told them. Oh, you should get this type of woman. It's like, shoot, you know who you are. Cause no matter what image that you present in public, no matter what you show, you are you. You are you. You the one gotta laugh with the woman. You the one gotta have a conversation with the woman. Shoot, yours the one whose penis gotta fit in the woman. So it's like, why are you sitting back tripping? Trying to follow what somebody else do. That's a totally different person. See, you gotta have, back to the sovereignty thing. You gotta have sovereignty, or at least, even if you're having trouble having sovereignty over your job, where you live, you need to have at least sovereignty over your choices. Even God doesn't interfere with your free choice. Not even God, or whatever you want to call deity. So don't let some human being interfere with that choice. If that's your preference, that's your preference. All right? Now, whatever it is, like everybody ain't chasing like the dime. Some people say, nah, I don't want that dime. And, a lot of dudes, shoot. Because I've talked to a lot of dudes just coaching, and everybody wasn't chasing the same type of woman, And I was like, oh, okay, I tell them how to get it. Now, in most cases, it wasn't the type of woman I was chasing, but it didn't matter what I was chasing. It was up to them. So always remember that, y'all. Always remember that. Don't let no one else dictate your preferences. You like what you like. Stick to it. Tell them they got a problem with it. Tell them what they can do with themselves and everything else. Real talk. So anyway, that's all I got for today, y'all. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.